So I was trying to be a little fancy for you all and tried to record in front of a green screen, but I wore green. So without further ado, please enjoy this video of me in front of a green screen. All right, I guess you can call me a library book because I'm long overdue.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Welcome to the golden ratio. We're figuring it out one ratio at a time. Now, I want to go ahead and say, cut me some slack because I have tried to record this video 3 times. No, more than that, because it's been over like 2 days. I don't know. I need to get a camera. I'm gonna get a camera because my phone is not having it. But welcome back. We're here now. And yes, I'm about to tell you how this girl makes an extra $500 to $1,000 a week.
All I say for you, tell them to bring me my money.
I also want you to know that you could do this if you're full-time, if you're part-time, if you're student time, and if you're no time. It works. It works. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dive right into it. First one, and also I'm gonna give you all the receipts because who likes learning information without receipts? You gotta make sure it works, right? So first one is gonna be DoorDash and Uber Eats. Yes, it's a pretty common one, but it's easy to make a quick little $100 on Uber Eats or DoorDash. I'm gonna tell you what worked for me. DoorDash and Uber Eats has a base pay of $2. Sometimes it's $2.50, but $2. That means that if you don't tip or if the customer doesn't tip, because I'm speaking from both perspectives, if you don't tip or the customer don't tip, that dasher or driver is just going to get $2. What I personally did, because I don't like working hard for my money, I like my money to work for me. I love when my money can just come easily. So Uber and DoorDash, they have these promos. Sometimes, let's say 2 to 4, extra $2 for every trip you do, 2 to 4. That means that you'll get $4 at a minimum. And if a person does tip, then you'll get that tip with that $4. They also do promos. With the promos, that's basically, hey, if you do 10 deliveries by the end of the week, you get an extra $25. They come and go, but you have the power to analyze it. You have the power to see when there's a peak, when there's a promo going on. They don't just happen same day. Sometimes they do. If it's really busy and they're trying to get some dashers out, it does happen same day. But typically you'll see the peaks for, like, right now I could probably see the peaks for the weekend, you know, and I'll show that. Now let me show you what I made one time on DoorDash and what I made another time on Uber Eats. And as you can see, this is all in total 6 hours, which is still pretty good. Now I'm gonna give you the ultimate tip, okay? If you can do DoorDash and you can do Uber Eats, do them at the same time.
Let's go.
Now, disclaimer, this does not work if you do not know your area, okay? Number 2, it's kind of sort of the grocery version of DoorDash and Uber Eats, you know, it's pretty much that, but shipped and Instacart. Same thing, you pick up people's groceries and you drop them off. I've done shipped before, but it was really, really slow, so I can't really give you no receipts. But if you do get approved for Instacart or shipped, it works the same exact way. Number 3. So if you like driving and delivering packages without being an Amazon employee, Roadie is for you. Roadie, you pick up people's orders and you drop them off. It's exactly what it sounds like. It also runs like DoorDash and Uber Eats. The only difference is you can see a list of places, what time, because they're typically scheduled times. Uber Eats does the same thing too because Uber is just trying to dominate the world. So Uber Eats does the same thing too, where you could pick up packages, you know, as well. But specifically for Roadie, they only operate off of packages. You'll be picking up large orders. You'll pick up small orders. It all depends. You will see all of that. I'll give like a little picture of how that is. but you'll see all of that, okay? Number 4, this one is my money maker, okay? This one is a good one. It's a good one. Wags and Rover. They both do the same thing. They pay a little differently, different platforms and whatnot. I went with Wags because they came through before Rover, but as you can see, this is what your girl working with for the month of March and the month of April. And you see that one at the bottom. Okay. So let's talk about it. So Wags is for animals, cats and dogs. There are 4 types of services that you can give on Wags. You can do a walk. Those are typically 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. You can do a sitting, which is when you go to the pet parent's place and you watch their baby for that day, or however long they have it. You can do a drop-in, which is also like a walk. It's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes. But this is when you go in, you go and feed them, you play with them a little bit, take them out to go potty. It's kind of like a sitting, but a shorter sitting. Instead of like the days that sitting have, drop-ins are typically 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes. Then we have boarding, which is the biggest money maker. This is when the pets come to your place and you treat them like they're your babies. They come here, you take them out, feed them, play with them for a certain period of time, and you get paid for that. And of course you get paid more because they're at your place. So boarding is where you make the most money. That's where you make the most. Boarding, sittings, drop-ins, and walks. Those are the highest to the lowest of how you can earn that money. And here is a bonus one. Uber and Lyft. And I'm talking about driving. I have the opportunity to do Uber, but I don't really like everybody in my car, So that's why you drop off the food, not people. If you have the willpower to drop people off, if you have a limousine, or even if you have just a regular car and you're okay with that, that's another way to make your money too. I just don't do it, so I'm not gonna even gatekeep you and say, well, this is how much I know. If you can do it, then do it. And you can also do Uber Eats with Uber, Lyft with DoorDash. You can still do all of those as well. All right, so now I'm gonna give you all some tips on how to make tips with all these services. They're kind of, well, what's the word? They all work together. I had a brain fart. They all work together. So the first one is gonna be communication. You definitely want to communicate no matter what you're doing. If you're doing a food service like Uber Eats, DoorDash, hey, I'm waiting on your order. Hey, it's a long line. Hey, it's a long wait. Do you want any condiments? Hey, I'm on the way. I have a double order. If you're doing Uber Eats and DoorDash, or even if you just have a double order on either one, communicate that. Hey, I have a double order right now, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer as well. And when it comes to Wags, they have a portal where you can send pictures of the fur babies. You can show them playing. You can show yourself giving them belly rubs. Pet parents like that, okay? So that's another way. Number 2, I want you all to know that when you're doing these services, when you're doing any of these, do not work for tips, okay? Do not. Work for what you see. So when I DoorDash or Uber and I see there's no peak, I know that I'm doing that for $2. If you get a tip, great. But don't think that, oh, I'm gonna make $20 in tips, even though there's no peak. I always go with the peak hours. I always go with the promos. Wags has things like little boosts. Typically boosts are rare. They're not super rare, but like if there's a dog that hasn't been, the service hasn't been fulfilled, then they'll offer like a boost, $5, $6, so they can get that dog, taken care of. Or if there's some dog that needs to be picked up today, or if it's last minute, something for tomorrow and they really need someone, you'll have a boost for $10, $7. Boosts are just to kind of push the dog out there, or cat, but push them out there so that somebody can book that service for them. Oh, also with WAGs, there are pre-tips too. So if there's not a boost, and let's say you're doing a walk for $20, you'll see a little section that'll say pre-tip, and it might say pre-tip for $5. So that means when you get done with that service, that is their tip. Pet parents could also tip after. So it's also like DoorDash and Uber too, where you can get a tip afterwards. You know, you finished the service, pet parent loved you, here's a tip. You know, that also is a possibility, but I repeat, do not work for tips. What you see is what you get. That's the mindset that you should have when you're doing these things. And tip number 3, make sure you have gas in your car for any of these. You don't want to get to a dog's place and you run out of gas. You don't want to be Ubering or DoorDashing or Instacarting, whatever, and you run out of gas. Make sure you have gas. Like, if you don't have gas, stay at home. Like, don't go out there and get stranded. No. The good news is that between all of these services, you can always do instant pay. And that just basically means you can get your money right now. So I'm not saying go out if you have no gas, but if you do get an order and you're low on gas, you need to get gas right after that order because you have the ability to. All right, and I think that's all I have for you all today. Make sure to comment some things that work for you. I see every day there's too much money in this world to not be making money. And the way that some people make money, I'm like, I could do that.
Dr. Pepper, baby, is good and nice. Doo-doo-doo.
You know, so we're over here. We're going to live financially comfortably, all right? So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. And thank you for tuning in to The Golden Ratio, where we're figuring it out one ratio